Hey!
Talking about the guy underneath me here? He ain't bad. He ain't bad. He ain't bad.
Stuff in your face, Steven.
I was stuffing my face, man.
He's allowed.
All right. We're all here now. All right. Cool. All right, Eddie. I got Kevin, and we got my other boy Steven here. Ex-co-workers here from Food City.
We both got smart and left.
There's two of you now?
Yeah. Well, I'm the cooler one than he is, you know.
Oh.
All right, so...
I don't know. I like both of them. They're both pretty chill guys.
Oh, somebody opening up.
Oh, well, thank you.
I mean, I do
it. Drinking there, for
Yeah, what are you drinking over there?
Dr. Fago.
Oh, Dr. Fago.
All right, guys, let's see here. Oh, what is this?
I think he's trying to put his camera on so we can see his pretty face.
Yeah, it's not much of a pretty face, but...
Oh, we know that.
Hey, you're not much better.
Hey, I'm a sexy motherfucker, okay?
You're about as sexy as Otis.
I mean, Otis got a pretty nice chick, though.
I mean...
I'm just saying. Pretty cute chick, though. Probably not.
Alright, so before I start the recording, I thought it'd be easiest to go from youngest to oldest. And Eddie, since Andrew had some issues and couldn't make it, I guess that makes you the youngest.
Woo.
Woo.
You gotta do your intro. So here we go.
I already got my intro. I already recorded that.
Oh, good lord. I do it as I go.
Dude, I pre-recorded everything. But
it's fun to do it live.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and click start here. Alright, everybody, welcome back to the second episode of the Nerd... the hell? The subject matter. Dude, I'm all over the place.
I say, what's the name of your podcast, bro?
Subject matter. Today I am joined here by three of my comrades. I got Kevin. I got old Steven over here, Mr. Buddy Christ. I don't know what the hell that all stands for. And my good buddy here,
Have you not seen Dogma?
No. We're here. We're going to talk about some video games here. Thought we'd go through and name off a couple of our favorite games. Maybe even go through one that we're enjoying, waiting to see to come back out. Maybe one that we hate, and one that we'd like to see remade from some time. So, Eddie, you want to start us off, buddy?
Sure. Why don't we talk about how video games are basically gonna destroy the movie industry one day?
Kind of like that.
Not destroy, but it's already crippled it. I mean, you've got a game like I've seen, like you guys already mentioned, Cyberpunk. That game is easily going to be worth more than any movie you'll ever see.
Very true.
It's not out yet, but from their previous game, The Witcher 3, that game's worth more than any movie you'll ever see.
Yeah, just from cinematics, it beats out most movies.
I mean, it does. And you play it. I mean, you're playing a movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like those cheesy $3 3D glasses they give you, like a dang $20 bucket of popcorn. Here you go, kid. Have fun. If you think about it, you're paying almost $60 to go watch a movie. If you get all the snacks included, might as well get the video game and pay $5 for all that at home.
Be able to go to some grocery store that we won't name to go get your stuff.
Hashtag not sponsored by Food City.
Not sponsored by Food City.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah. All right, so yeah, I mean, I probably see the future going that way. So, any particular game that you just enjoy playing?
Well, any single player game, really. I'm a fan of all the Assassin's Creed games. It's a good history
Okay.
lesson, too, on a lot of games. Say you play the recent Odyssey or Valhalla, you're playing history. And whenever you go to history class, you already know half the stuff because you played video games.
Okay, so there we go. Educate yourself.
Everybody said video games are bad for you too.
Oh, yeah. Video games make you violent.
All right,
Proven in
Steve.
no
The
study
government
never.
actually took that back. They said,
The government took it back, huh? What'd they say?
the government took it back during the pandemic. They said it's actually been helping people keep them occupied and not being driven nuts, being stuck at home all day.
What would they say as soon as the pandemic goes away, though?
Sucks again.
Oh, it's bad for you.
Oh, you know that school shooting that just happened? Video games.
It's all their fault.
Steve, you got any certain game that you enjoyed playing?
I love the Injustice games.
Yeah.
I love the comics that they spawned off of that, and it spawned a whole bunch of like mini-series and stuff. They're supposed to be working on a third one, and they actually said that the Mortal Kombat games, like that's a part of that same universe.
Well, that's cool.
Like a multiverse type deal.
Yeah, because they when they did Mortal Kombat versus the DC universe, they referenced that game in Injustice.
That hopefully that might be their next game. Another DC versus Mortal Kombat. 'Cause I like the old one, but it's too old to look at now. Good luck finding it
needs
anywhere.
an update.
Or remaster it like everything else. I mean, movies do it all the time. Why can't video games?
Yeah. And add like a few more characters like with this game.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Gerbil over there, Mr. New Jersey Devils.
They suck, but it's okay. They're my team. They suck, but I'm a hockey guy, so I'll say hockey, obviously. But if you want me to pick a game that's not hockey, then I would probably pick like Rise of Nations, strategy-based game. You start out in like, you know, the rock time, you know, the Stone Age basically, and work your way up to, you know, nuclear war basically. So that's a hell of a game. I could waste hours and hours in that game.
Don't they
Yeah.
have a commercial that plays for that all the time?
It's a different game, but yeah, it's kind of the same.
Okay.
But yeah. Dude, it was on a disc when I first got it, but I don't have a computer with a disc anymore, so I had to buy it on Steam.
Let's go your hockey, all right? You played the hockey game, the NHLs, starting when?
Honestly, shit, 94. When I had the Nintendo 64. They had NHL 94. I played that one when I was younger. 99 was really good. And obviously new gen consoles. I played hockey forever, basically. And
Do you like the way that they're designed now? I mean,
if you look at football, they need to upgrade their shit.
okay.
If you look at the NFL games and the new engine they have for NFL, the EA needs to shoot it towards NHL.
Would you say you're being robbed by buying the same game over?
Oh hell
and
yeah!
over?
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! Like I love NHL to death, but I hate EA. If
They
they
don't
were
add anything new to it, do they?
No. If 2K was to come and compete with EA, and it be like the old days, 2K and EA going against each other with sports games, I'd go 2K because 2K has beautiful games.
That's how you make good games competition. That's how you make good anything competition, really. And there's no
Exactly.
competition with EA. They're like, just reskin it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, and I mean they're trying, but it's a fail. I mean, I've already said it. If they don't put the new engine with the PS5 and the Xbox One for the NHL stuff, I probably won't buy another EA game until they do.
I'd like to see like a football game, but like have a campaign to it to where it's like one of those football movies
Yeah,
set in the '60s. I think that would be cool.
that would be pretty cool.
That would sound pretty cool. So, like, all right. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to 1996.
Oh God.
One of the, I mean, this
I was
game,
2.
Yeah, well,
You
this was one of my
dinosaur.
favorite games, and still today, it is still one of my favorite games. And that was the Super Mario RPG game.
Anything Super Mario is amazing.
I mean, when I played it, and I loved it. And a couple years ago they came out with the classic Super Nintendo little console thing. Well, I bought that, and that game is actually on there. So every now and then I'll pop that thing out and play it. But I mean, that is one of the coolest games they had made.
No, you're just too old,
It's
Steven.
funny you mentioned Nintendo. Do you remember the Game & Watch at all?
Maybe.
Nintendo is going to be releasing anniversary editions for the Game & Watch for like Donkey Kong, Mario, and a couple other games.
That'd be cool.
It's basically the basis for like the Nintendo DS and the old Game Boy.
Cool. Eddie, you got any other games that you just
Speaking of Nintendo, on the Switch, they are releasing Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario 64, and another game, maybe 3D World, all Nintendo Switch in a big package, $60. They're bringing back some of the classic games, all the classic Mario games. Well, the important ones, anyways. I'm sure I can fight somebody over that one, which I will.
I always liked the Nintendo 64 or Mario 64. It's a good game. Never
I
beat
played it on my phone. You
Never-
can get emulators for it
Yeah,
on any Android phone. I don't think Apple, because it's gay.
we won't talk about that, but yeah,
But Steven has an Apple phone.
I know he's stupid, but it's alright. We love him.
Hey now, leave my Apple phone alone.
Get a better
All
phone.
right. All right, buddy. You got anything else, like another game or something that you just enjoy playing?
Well,
You guys
Let's
remember
give
the
us a
Sly Cooper
generic.
series
the what?
for PlayStation? The Sly Cooper series.
Yeah, I've never played any of them, but yeah.
Those I got the collection edition when I had a PlayStation 3. You could play 1 through 3. Then they released a fourth one called Thieves in Time. It's the Thieves in Time one was kind of like Assassin's Creed. You go back to different time periods as your ancestors, and you just go around stealing random stuff.
Well, that's cool. Yo, jerk.
What's up?
You got another one you want to throw in there?
Most of the GTAs, I would say.
GTA?
Most
Yeah.
of. Which one are we not including?
I think most of the stories of Liberty City, stories of Vice City, I didn't really care for those. So like maybe the main core, 3 Vice City, San Andreas. 4 was okay. Like a lot of people don't like 4, but I liked it. It was pretty good.
So we're not going to talk about 5.
I mean, we can talk about 5,
No.
but I don't want to talk about how many hours I wasted in it.
I will say 5 they are. I mean, we'll see on December 15th what their DLC with the map expansion is going to be all about.
It's gay.
You mean the cow they're milking?
Yeah.
Come on, Betsy, I need more milk. 6 years strong, Betsy.
Yeah, same game, like 3 consoles. Let's go, baby. I mean, you know.
Red Dead failed, so they gotta milk it some more for another few years. I mean,
We're making
Dead
Steven
2
mad because he
online
really
was
likes
awful.
those games.
No, no, nothing like that. No.
Red Dead 2 is awful, Steven, except for the story. Story is amazing. Online, awful.
See, I don't play the story. I just play online because that's where I get to hang out with my friends.
You can
Well,
still-
Red Dead 2
The
online
friends I used
awful.
to have, none of them want to play the game no more because it sucks. It's all right.
You can play like the storyline, right? And we can talk to you on PlayStation while you play the storyline.
There we go. Okay. That works.
This way you're
Yeah,
hanging
we're
out with
act
us.
like you're listening.
All right. Enough bashing me. All right. Here we go.
You invited us, dude.
I know. So, I'm gonna go with another favorites of mine. These are two. I'm gonna slip two in there together.
If you say Candy Crush,
It's against policy, dude.
No, that's my mom. I'm going
Is
the
it Pong?
original Zelda, Legend of Zelda, for the Nintendo, and then the Super Nintendo, A Link into the Past. Those were two of my favorites back, when I was a wee little lad like the rest of you guys here.
well, I played the new one. Why do you like the old ones?
We'll get into that one that stuff later on.
Well, you brought it up.
We'll get into those games in a little bit.
I don't want to talk about how old I am.
No, shut up. All right, Eddie, we'll round it off again. Last one, something you like playing.
Something I like playing.
Yeah,
Well,
you got one
I
more?
hate to bring up the Call of Duty. Our Call of Duty expert Andrew could not be here tonight, but I guess I'm gonna have to put on my tin hat and talk about the Call of Duty.
Okay.
It sucked for the past 10 years. The end. No, that's not true. Last year's Call of Duty was
Hey,
actually
Zombies
pretty
is
good.
good.
Zombies
They,
always good though.
They were at a 2-year cycle all the way up to, I believe, Call of Duty Ghost. Yeah, Call of Duty Ghosts. Call of Duty Ghosts is, we don't talk about that game, but every game before that, pretty good.
Ghost
Then
was
they
awful.
switched to a 3-year cycle. Then they made bad games. I don't understand. You have an extra year and you made bad games. We'll start with Black Ops 3. Fun, but campaign was awful. Then we go to Infinite Warfare. We don't talk about Infinite Warfare. Then we go to World War II. It wasn't that great. I mean, you're an American soldier running around with a PPSH. I don't understand it. Yes, that's a good one. That's the classic.
Hey, you put your game down. Put no.
He was talking about COD. I pulled up my COD, the one I like.
But the best one is Call of Duty 4, in my opinion. Just because that's just the one that started it all, really, multiplayer wise. But the new one's interesting. There's actually a controversy around it. They've released it, and it's the Call of Duty with the least amount of content possible. Only because they've only had 9 months to work on the sucker. Even though they should have had 3. Their 3-year cycle's over, basically. The third company that they had screwed it up. Their name was Sledgehammer.
Oh, Sludge.
Treyarch, the guys who had to basically pick it up, they're working on their game. Activision shows up. They're like, "Hey, buddy, how's the kids? You have 9 months to work on a Call of Duty. Good luck." And they slammed the door shut, left with a bunch of money in their van. That's how this year's Call of Duty worked. But it's fun. I mean, what they've done, it's great. But there's not enough of it. And it's not their fault. But it is their fault. Well, it's their dad's fault, if you want to call Activision that. They basically shoved it out the door. The game needed at least another year of development, maybe 2. It would have been great. It's actually not bad the way it is, though. But none of you play the new Call of Duty, so you wouldn't know.
I haven't played the new one yet.
Not my cup of tea.
Don't plan on it.
Well, don't.
A good friend of mine, if I was to buy that game, I would end up playing nothing but it. I have an excuse now. I don't have it.
Well, the zombies are fun. I mean,
No,
they're really fun.
he would just want to play
Those are always...
Warzone. That'd be it.
That's gay.
It is. I'm not going to say names, but it is gay.
Buddy, you got anything you want to chime in there?
I always love zombies. What Call of Duty was it that you got to play as? I think Nixon, Kennedy, Castro.
Black Ops 1. That was the 5 map.
That was a good map, too.
That was
Okay,
probably the best zombies intro I've ever
love
seen.
that map.
Yes.
I also loved when you got to play as Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger on that zombies map.
Call of the Dead.
I think you got to play as Robert Englund, Ron Perlman, and Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Call of the Dead is what I'm thinking of. What you're thinking of, I think.
The band that wrote the song for it's pretty badass.
Okay.
Avenged Sevenfold.
Well,
Boo! Boo!
They're my favorite band.
Avenged Sevenfold's good, and you know it.
Whatever.
I would show you my wallet, but I don't want to get up.
Alright. I'll let that one rest. Buddy, you got one more game that you want to throw out there at us?
The Ratchet and Clank series.
Okay. I played one of those.
It's pretty much the same thing as like Sly Cooper.
Yeah.
I know they ended up making a movie out of it too, as well, which was just basically all the cutscenes from the first game. But I love the customization on the weapons in there and how you can combine certain stuff, go to different planets. It was kind of open world.
Yeah. Anybody else want to chime in on that one? No?
Far Cry's are great. The Far Cry games, yeah, they were good.
I was waiting for you to come up with that one.
I know it's sitting right next to me. I was like, I should say something.
I mean,
I've
there's
done 3.
nothing better than taking down a dictator at the end of a video game.
I started 3 and stopped.
3's amazing.
I own what's the prehistoric one?
Primal.
Yeah,
Turtle
Primal.
Rock.
I own that. Like, started it and like quit
Oh.
playing it.
Did you beat 3?
No,
Need to.
I stopped playing. I started playing GTA.
You're wanting to do a video game podcast, and you don't even beat Far Cry 3.
You're fired.
Eventually, I will. Alright. No, I mean, I started it, never finished it. Okay, eventually I'll finish it.
It's allowed. You're okay. I won't give you too much shit about it.
Are we just gonna roast Steven the whole night?
He invited
You're
us
right.
here.
Well, this is my podcast, and I'm getting roasted, and we were talking video games. But alright, so here, I'm going to go out very far on a limb. Now, one of the games that I enjoyed at a young age, I owned an Atari 2600. And one of the best games that I never beat, never figured it out, but if you want to go out in the desert somewhere and dig up a copy of this, that'd be E.T.
Oh my god, that game
Oh.
is old.
I've heard about that. The Nintendo dump. They featured that in an episode of Kevin Smith's Comic Book Man. This guy went out and dug up like I want to say 7 copies of like different games, and he
Yeah.
tried selling them. They came with like a COA and everything, and he was wanting a lot of money for the games.
I don't even think that game was about E.T., was it?
It was. You were basically just running around trying to get away from the scientist or whatever. and trying to get, you'd go from screen to screen trying to find the components to build a phone or whatever to call home. I don't know. I never beat it.
Wasn't your character made out of like 3 pixels?
Pretty much.
That seems to be like a repeating thing. Yeah, let's talk about this game, but I never beat it.
Hey, look. All right, fine, whatever. We're gonna go. All right, we're gonna go around the table here, and we're going to come up with one video game that we hated.
Game we hated.
That we all.
Let me get my list here. Hold on.
Do I have to own the game I hate?
No, you don't have to own it.
Okay.
If you say Call of Duty, you're banned.
The new one. I've never played it. I don't like it. Nah.
We'll just go with whoever's ready to go.
Fuck, dude. I don't know. I don't have one yet.
I'm still thinking here. I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
I should pull up my Steam library and.
I'm gonna throw mine out there, all right? So I'm a big Zelda fan, but the Breath of the Wild, I hate it.
Oh, you're a chump.
Now, wait a minute. Now, let's just go this way. It took it away from the original way that Zelda played. Growing up, every Zelda basically was the same. Then they came in and they changed this one up, which is nothing wrong with it, but when you're used to going to dungeons, you beat the dungeon master, you get a weapon, and you carry on, and that's how you progress in the game. This one didn't do that. You hit 4 little dungeons, you got special little powers, and you go through and you collect weapons, you use them for so long, they break, you have to find more. I hated that.
But that's how Call of Duty died. They've not mixed up anything for the past. Are we at 16 at this point?
Yeah.
You got mixed up at some point. What they've done, I would argue, is very good. I actually love the game. Just because I like open world story games. It's not what it used to be, but it's a very good interpretation. And they have something for you. They've released something recently, a remaster of one of the older games. Which, do you know what that is? Link's Awakening? You've played that, haven't you? They remastered it. It's right there for you.
The concept of the game, which is, when they changed up, it just takes time, and, I wasn't ready for that. I want to play Zelda, that's what I want. I want my old Zelda, but, it's all good.
But they also have that for you in Link's Awakening. Like, they gave you both.
Whatever, Eddie. Anybody else want to, bash on me some more here? Go ahead, jump in there.
I'm not bashing. I'm just adding to the conversation.
I love you.
Is that an offer, or was that, like, rhetorical?
No. Nobody. Anybody else played the game?
I have not played the game.
No.
I haven't either.
Okay.
End of the story. Breath of the Wild's amazing. Steven's wrong. Okay, let's next.
Don't get me wrong. The graphics and everything are amazing. I just the gameplay just threw me off. Maybe I'll pick it up, play it some more, and we'll go from there.
It's a hard game.
Yes.
Your weapons break every 2 minutes.
They do. It sucks. But anyways, anybody else? Anybody else got ready one?
I mean, I can go if nobody else wants to.
Any of the WWE games.
You bastard! That's what I was gonna say.
After 2K took over.
I totally agree.
I was gonna say I was gonna
hate
say any of them after SmackDown versus Raw.
My favorites are 2009, 2010,
With ECW.
2011. Those were amazing games.
I want the old Super Nintendo, or the Nintendo 64 kind of gameplay. That's what I'd like to see back.
Fuck.
Like the pixelation on it, or
What was that?
like the pixelation on it, you mean, or
No,
like a really old wrestling game?
Just the move kind of structure type thing. I mean, it's kind of what you've got now, but they just add so much extra into it. You gotta, sling them in and hit X0 and square at the same time to do a flying
I get what
spear.
you're saying.
I like to dumb it down a little bit.
Just like, have you seen the newest game they came out with, Battlegrounds, where the characters look all bubbly and blocky?
Yeah.
That looks stupid.
It does.
Like, they could come up with anything better than that.
I hate games that terrify me. I hate Spore. Whenever I was little, I seen the disfigured characters. I cried at the TV. Spore is an awful game, and I was okay, 1 out of 10.
That would make me cry like that.
You just make me cry, especially if they scared me, because the characters are so freaking ugly. I mean, has any of you played Spore? Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
No.
You'd have to describe it to me. It's been a while since.
Well, you can
I've
make
heard
your
of it,
own
but I
little
haven't played
alien
it.
freaking creatures. You know what?
Oh,
Hold on.
I know what you're talking about now. You start off as like little, like a cell, and you grow and grow.
Yeah. That.
I know what you're talking about now.
It's the ugliest game I've ever seen.
Okay.
I think I have one.
Anybody? You have one? All right, go ahead.
Homefront: The Revolution.
Okay, there's actually one argument I won't argue with.
Because it was made out to be so fucking good, and I felt like I was repeating myself on a constant basis.
Okay.
It wasn't any good.
The first one, the first Homefront, was amazing, and it wasn't open world like The Revolution is, and that's why I thought I was gonna like it, and I enjoyed the first one. Second one pissed me off. There you go. Had to go through my Steam library, but I did it.
Okay. All right.
10 hours of my life I won't get back.
Sounds like me and GTA and Red Dead. But all right.
What's wrong with
so-
GTA?
Nothing's wrong with GTA. It's just all I ever did. Trust me. This man here was like, "Hey, you'll play something new?" Nah, man, I'm playing GTA.
He
All
loves
right.
GTA, okay? I'm surprised he hasn't been like, yo, Red Dead's
Is this
kind of
why we're
dying out.
roasting him? 'Cause
I mean, I'm kind of surprised he really hasn't went, well, man, Red Dead's kind of dying off. You want to play some GTA?
Well, come December the 15th. December 15th.
I'll have to
be
re-download
there.
it.
Yes, you will.
I have
all right,
I have
so-
to leave those groups, though, because I don't own any of those games right now. They're not downloaded. Your GTA crew and your Red Dead crew don't even have them downloaded, dude.
So, all right. So, is there anything that you guys seen come across that's going to be coming out, we'll say in 2021, that you're really excited about getting and owning?
Duty.
What?
Call of Duty.
A new one?
The PS5 or Xbox when they finally come back in stock. If they ever do.
I was looking around last night and
There is something coming out, but nobody knows when. They're going to be doing a Resident Evil 4 remake. That's something I'll be looking forward to.
I also saw something about Resident Evil Village.
I've not seen anything about that. What's that about?
I don't. When I was reading was something about it's kind of taking it back into Raccoon City and kind of revamping like the first one and making it like continuation of like the movie and actually them being down in the city part and not just the mansion or something. I think I was reading.
Have you guys played the Resident Evil games?
I played several of them on the PS.
You guys need to try out the remakes. The remakes are actually make the games 10 times better than they were. About 100 times. It's got a more cinematic vibe to it. Again, like I said earlier, making video games better than movies. Resident Evil 4 is one of the most revolutionary games of all time, which is on the GameCube. It's been ported over to the Xbox 360, PS3. It was on the PS2. It's on the computer. Now it's going to be on all the new consoles whenever it comes out. It's just, it redefined third-person shooters.
Yeah.
Just how, in a story game, because Resident Evil games, they have good stories. It also gives you a spooky vibe to it, because Resident Evil games, I don't know if they're meant to be scary, but they scare me. And I don't like games that scare me, and I like it. Try what?
Try Resident Evil with the Oculus, because you can actually play that game in VR.
I'll need a wetsuit and a piss bucket if I do that.
I remember playing it, back when it first came out on the PlayStation 1, and that first scene when you go through the dining room and then over into that one room, and all of a sudden the guy's down there, he's eating the other guy, and then he pops up and attacks you. Yeah, that scared the shit out of me.
That's what they do. I mean, it just gets worse. Worse as the games go.
In a dark room. That was the whole thing. It was a dark room, no lights on.
You need to watch a gameplay of the newest Resident Evil game. Just sit there and watch it. Headphones on, lights off, piss bucket in hand, wetsuit on.
Ready to go, baby.
One game that I saw that I thought was really cool looking, was supposed to come out, is Hogwarts Legacy. Basically, you create yourself a character, and you basically kind of go through the same scenario, I guess, like this Harry Potter, basically, in that whole world and stuff like that. That looks pretty interesting.
You're adopted. Here's a wand.
Pretty much.
Hey, why the fuck not, man?
I mean, that's gonna be cool because everybody loves the Harry Potter movies, and the closest thing to playing the Harry Potter movies is the Lego Harry Potter games.
Yeah.
Which
those are pretty cool.
They're still pretty fun. Don't get me wrong.
They're fun to fuck around with.
But this new one coming out is probably the closest thing you'll get to playing an actual Harry Potter game. Will it be good? Who knows? Won't know till it comes out. However, it's gonna be popular. It's gonna sell, just because it's got Harry Potter on it. Because we've not had anything Harry Potter in a while.
Yeah.
Except for this new movie coming out. It's gonna be set in the same universe that Johnny Depp got kicked out of. But we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
That'll open a whole nother can of worms.
We're not gonna talk about how pissed we are about that.
We're not gonna get into that.
Yeah. All right, buddy. You got any games that or anything you see coming out like that you're excited about?
I don't know if it's coming out next year or not. I can't wait for the AEW game, honestly.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see where they go.
They're trying to bring back a lot of the SmackDown versus Raw customization and everything with that game, they said. So I'm really looking forward to that.
That will be cool.
I'd like to play Stone Cold Steve Austin one more time.
You might be able to. And
Just
Jerb, you
one
didn't
more
have
time.
anything, did you?
Just create
No.
Stone Cold and have him come in and wreck house.
I didn't have any. I don't have anything. I don't really pay attention much. I mean, to future releases. I just kind of go with how when they come out, I look at them, kind of stuff. I mean, the Firefighter Simulator came out, and it's phenomenal. So, I mean, that's the latest thing that I've played that I like. That just came out.
You guys want to know something funny? If you look at Steven, imagine him tall, muscular. He would look like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Just pull out the beers, bro.
Pull up the beers, beat up your boss.
So you're saying he's not muscular?
Well, you've seen what I saw today.
I'm interested in that.
I
What you
wanna
see
know.
today, bro?
I see this man waddle on the breaker. What do you do? Why are you walking so slow? I'm stiff. I can't move.
Yep, I've seen that before. Seen
All
that.
right, all right.
Waddling out of the
We're here to
break room.
talk video games, not bash me. Now, last question. Last
I love
question.
you, Steven.
Yes. Don't get me started. Last question. What's one game over the years that you've played that you would like to see remade?
Are we just jumping in whenever? Or?
Go Gerbil.
GTA Vice City.
And how would you like to see it remade? I mean,
Pretty much just like GTA 5 with a mix of 4. I want like the straight up realism to the cars that GTA 4 had, where if you hit something on that car, that specific spot's fucked up and it looks fucked up. I like GTA 5 because how realistic it looks. Maybe jack it up a little bit because, you know, we're going into new consoles. But GTA Vice City deserves it. It's a fucking great game. I can go back to it anytime. I'll even fucking bring out the PS2 and play it on the PS2. You know, I mean, it's an enjoyable game. It's one that I'll go back to over and over again.
agree with that. Okay. Buddy?
Y'all remember the Deadpool game that came out for Xbox 360?
Yes, that game is hilarious.
I would like to see that, but more of like a Spider-Man style, like how they did with the PlayStation 4. Like remaster it and then add more to
An
it.
open
give it, like, an
world
open
type
world
thing.
'Cause I like yeah, I'd like to see him interact with like more X-Men characters, even like bringing Spider-Man to it. You know,
What would you rather
Well, with
see?
Sony having the
Deadpool,
rights to
Spider-Man, or an
Spider-Man, I
Iron
think
Man
it'll
game?
happen.
I'd like to see an Iron Man game. Spider-Man style from the PS4. That'd be cool.
I kind of remember an Iron Man game for the movie, but I didn't even like it. It was just mostly him taking on the military, and most of it.
Yeah, I remember playing one for the Wii. It was from the movies. It was interesting. I faintly remember it though. None of you are gonna get this, but a game that needs to be remade is Call of Duty Black Ops 1. That campaign was amazing. It's still amazing. I've
Yes.
replayed it recently.
Yes.
The story to that game is too good not to remaster.
I'm gonna back him on this one. The campaign itself is worth it.
It is the best, like,
is.
government move. Like, if I would say it beats any government movie out there.
And the funny thing is, they tried to do it again with the new one, I think, in the same campaign, just changing it up, as in like we took over somebody instead, and they kind of they kind of failed. I like the
They could have made it work if it was longer.
I like the
It was too
original
short.
better.
The original is amazing. They could make that into a movie and make millions. That is a good premise for a movie. And I won't spoil it, but the plot twist at the end of the game, I wasn't expecting it. I didn't see it coming. I didn't know my crazy Russian friend was a ghost.
Yeah, right.
Turns out if you shoot him, you can't friendly kill him either. I didn't know that.
I'm getting my wish. They're actually redoing a lot of the Atari games with the new console they're coming out with.
When are they releasing that thing?
I'm not for sure.
They've been saying they were going to release it for the past few years now, at least the past 2 years.
I saw a news feed about a month ago, so I'm assuming it'll be somewhere around the first of the year. But
As long as nobody buys it and scalps the crap out of it on eBay.
Like everyone's doing with the PlayStation 5s or the new Xbox.
Or the new graphics cards.
Yep, everyone's scalping the crap out.
Perfect way to take advantage of a global pandemic.
Yep.
all right, so I pulled up this one little website about new games coming out at the first of the year. Now, this might make me want to buy and start playing on a PC.
Do it.
It's Cobra
You should
Kai.
do it anyways.
Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid saga continues as a PC game.
You should anyway, though. I agree with him.
I don't want to hear all you bunch of bull crap. That's fucking...
You can mod the crap out of games.
Could you see him like doing that game
Steven.
in like VR? Just Steven in
You could get GTA
Steven in the middle
5.
of his living room doing VR.
You could get GTA 5 and mod GTA 5 however you want.
Yes, I could, but you know what? I don't want it.
You could go play
Yes, you do.
with actual people online and do whatever the fuck you want. It's not real life.
I can walk in this other bedroom in here where my son is and jump on his computer and play that because he has it on his computer.
That's great, but it'd be better if it was yours.
I have a nice little thing going here.
I'm proud of you. I am. I wouldn't have given you a mic if I didn't believe in it.
All right, guys. So
Ow.
I think this is going to be about wrapping it up. We'll go around if anybody wants to basically, put themselves out there if they got anything they want to promote or anything like that. Go ahead. Eddie, you got anything? Website, anything? Twitch page, anything you doing?
I guess it's sponsored by Food City. Value every day.
No!
Value every day, baby. Every day.
All right, buddy.
Value
You got
every
anything
day.
you want to promote?
Food City.
Right now he's promoting Food City like crazy. Like,
Huh?
could you imagine this fucking podcast exploded? Food City's gonna be like, oh, free advertisement.
Make sure to try their $5 for $15 deal.
All right, listen, we're not promoting Food City
The pick 5 deal, bro. The pick 5 in the fucking meat department, bro.
Do you have anything, anything you want to promote there, buddy?
Yeah, actually, me and Gerbil are doing a podcast called KRW Podcast, Kodak Rage Wrestling, which we did an episode right before this about tribute to the troops.
And that'll probably be out sometime next week.
All right, Gerbil. Promote away with your stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Gerbil. I run Kodak Rage on YouTube and Twitch. Feel free to go check us out over there. Right now, like he said, we're running a podcast at the moment. Kodak Rage Wrestling. Kind of sounds like a wrestling event. Like we're gonna actually fight, but we're not. We're just talking about wrestling and having a good time while doing it. And also a cooking show and gaming and all that crazy shit is on there as well. So that's all I got.
All right, cool. And you guys can catch this podcast here. I've got a YouTube page going up. This will probably be the first episode on it. And you can catch all the other podcatchers. I'm on basically about everything, and if there is something on there you guys listen to that I'm not a part of, let me know, and I will get it set up and put that on there. But until next time,
The Food City hot bar is only $5.
And if you were a Food City associate during this COVID problem, it was cheaper.
go ahead, talk all you want, because I done stopped the recording.
Mine's still going.
Oh, wonderful.
There's a fabulous store manager at the Plain Food City named Steven. This man is majestic.
Oh, I
He's the
thought you were
best
gonna
boss to
mention
work
another
for.
manager,
Please
not
apply
him.
now.
Yeah. Please apply now and waste your life at Food City.
Please! We need help!
So, yes, we do. So, all right. So I'm not recording. So I wanted to throw this out at you guys. So
You want me to
This
keep recording
morning-
this?
no, you